Good morning, Cedar Park, and welcome back to the Wolfcast Live. Today is Thursday, January 25th, and it's a B-Day. On today's show, get all the info you need to know about the next FTC competition and the newly revived ASL Club.
Plus, in today's brief, learn about what's causing some movie watchers outrage about this year's Oscar nominations.
Also, seniors find out what you missed at the graduation meeting with today's T-Wolf Spotlight. Plus, if you're looking for a job, Neha Khan is in the studio with Who is Hiring Now.
Get ready because the live Wolfcast starts now.
Good morning, Cedar Park. I'm Reed Cummins, and I'm here with Kira Cox and Lulu Lynch, and we've got a great show in store for y'all this morning. We're glad you're with us.
That's right, Reed, and let's go ahead and jump in. CPHS FTC Robotics Club is hustling to prepare for one of their final competitions happening this Saturday. FTC is headed to KIPP Austin for one of the most important competitions of their season. Being one of the last chances to qualify and move on to the regional, FTC has many teams made up of rookies, and they've come a long way since their first competition. The teams have improved their robots and learned over the season.
Well, I guess there's been it being able to move because there's been some weird errors with that. And so far, I guess we're working on the arm because it's a bit wonky. Excited but nervous because I don't know how it's gonna end up for everybody.
We'll keep posted on how the team does on Monday's Wolfcast.
For those of you interested in language clubs, ASL Club is making its return to Cedar Park High School. The club was active until 2 years ago when it lost a large group of graduating leaders. But that didn't stop current co-presidents Cassidy West and Ellie Nags from their determination to keep the club alive.
During my freshman year and sophomore year, the ASL Club existed under different leadership. And I always thought that it could have been something really fun and something that had a big impact here at Cedar Park, but it never really progressed to that. And then sophomore and junior year dissipated altogether.
ASL Club has bi-weekly meetings and often meet at Whataburger for silent dinners where they can have conversational signing in a non-stressful environment. The club is sponsored by Miss Plata, the ASL teacher here at Cedar Park. Ellie says it's people involved that inspire her to lead the club.
I really like the people, the way that we have people to practice with and talk to about it, someone else who shares my passion for it. We have Plata, who's always willing to give us more information and more practice and always willing to correct us and help us improve. And it's really nice to just have a community that also wants to learn the language.
ASL Club's next silent dinner is at Whataburger on February the 19th at 6 p.m., so be sure to check it out.
Now it's time for today's headlines and this morning's brief with Charles Corson. Good morning, Charles. What's going on today?
Thanks, Reed, and good morning, Cedar Park. First, Trump continues his attacks on fellow candidate Nikki Haley after beating her in the New Hampshire primary. In her speech after the primary results, Haley briefly congratulated Trump on his win before boasting about the results and refusing to drop out of the race. Trump responded in his own speech by stating his confusion for her optimism. He also went on to claim there would be multiple investigations on her if she became president. Last night, a social media post Trump claimed anyone who contributed to Haley's platform would be blacklisted from MAGA camp. Next, Governor Greg Abbott claims President Biden has broken his oath to protect the border, leaving it to Texas. The Homeland Security Department argued to Supreme Court members that immigration laws make the already bad immigration situation worse. After the Supreme Court ruling to remove the razor wire along the Rio Grande, Abbott accused Biden of not enforcing existing immigration laws, citing the state's right to self-defense. The governor wrote in a statement that Biden had sent his lawyers to sue Texas instead of prosecuting immigrants for illegal entry. Finally, Ryan Gosling is joining movie fans in their disappointment after Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig's nomination snubs. In 2023, Barbie was the highest-grossing movie, earning $1.44 billion. And even though the movie was nominated for several awards, including Ryan Gosling being nominated for his role as Ken and America Ferrera as Gloria, Gosling and many fans were shocked and disappointed that star actor Margot Robbie and director Greta Gerwig didn't receive a nomination. So do y'all think they should have deserved to receive a nomination?
I think they should have. I love the Barbie movie. I've watched it, I think, 3 times already, and I'm probably going to watch it again tomorrow with my aunt. But I just love it. I think they should have, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like as much as like it's hyped up, I feel like it makes sense because like everybody's been waiting for this for so long. It's just like a movie, like kind of like of the century because it's just like kind of a thing.
It was a great movie, and I thought it was funny that like it's funny the movie what the movie is about, and in Ryan Gosling the man is the one who actually gets the word.
I know. I was like, okay, that's
the movie is.
It's too funny.
Yeah, I think it's weird that like I don't know. It just feels like Barbie is like the star of Barbie.
She should have
Well, yeah,
So
I
it
feel
feels
like
weird
it's
that-
like the whole movie is about like girls
Yeah.
and like getting like knowing what like
And then Ryan
knowing and then
Yeah.
And he's the one, it's just funny. Like
Yeah.
it makes you wonder. Well,
Yeah.
Thanks, Charles. Up next, Maddie Cooper joins us now for T-Will Spotlight. Maddie?
Good morning, Cedar Park. Joining me today is College and Career Transition Coordinator Chris Hexter to talk about graduation. Hi, Mrs. Hexter. How are you doing
Good morning.
today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. So, going into seniors, what do you think is the most important thing for seniors to start preparing for right now?
Okay, so right now, my advice would be for seniors to start thinking about the FAFSA, which is a graduation requirement. It's the free application for federal student aid. It is a graduation requirement, and that is going to be like the best way for students to find out what their expected family contribution is. So when they're thinking about college and how much they're going to have to pay, that's super important. I think it's also important for them to start talking about scholarships, looking for scholarships, talking to their receiving institutions, their colleges, their universities about what scholarship opportunities there are there.
Okay, so for FAFSA, is that a form that we fill out? Where do we find it?
That's a great question. It's actually online. It's a free application, so if students find that they're being asked for money, they're probably in the wrong place. So they can do a Google search for FAFSA and make sure it's got a .gov at the end because that's the official one.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I was curious, just personally, what do you do to help us graduate?
That's a great question. So obviously those students who've been required to take the TSI know that I deal with a lot of data tracking for test scores. So that's one of the bigger parts of my job. It's actually very important. It's a very important part of my job, even if kids don't see that. That's one of the big things that I do, testing for TSI and maintaining the data for all the SAT and ACT. I also deal with all of the kiddos who want to take ACC classes, like I know you took some ACC classes, so I deal with all things ACC. So that's also an important part of the seniors, because we do have a lot of seniors who go on to ACC after high school. And of course, helping kiddos with applying and dealing with all things university related.
Yeah, so speaking of going into universities and colleges, like graduation is coming up, and recently there was a meeting for the graduation, but not everyone was able to attend.
Right.
Could you tell us a little bit about what dates are important for seniors to know for graduation, caps and gowns, etc.?
Yeah, that's a great question. Graduation is not February. It's May 24th at 4 p.m. at the Cedar Park HEB Center, and the order forms for ordering caps and gowns and all the goodies that go along with the swag that you might want to have for graduation is available. Those order forms are available on TexasHJ.com, so it's a Herff Jones website, and you can order in person or you can order online. The in-person dates for ordering are Thursday, February 1st during lunch and Friday, February 2nd during lunch. So that's next week. So again, they can go online and order them, or they can order in person. The packets for getting that information and all the swag that goes along with it, if your mom wants to order those things, those packets are in the front office with Miss Welton.
And I see you actually have one right now, so could you show us like what's part of this packet?
Sure, of course. With the cap and gown, I'll point to this camera. With the cap and gown, you're going to get your cap, you're going to get your gown, and if you choose to order the graduation announcements, a class ring, etc., those are on there. But for graduation purposes, the only thing you really need is that cap and gown. And if you have an older sibling who walked in graduation the last few years, just the last couple of years, our gowns are the same this year as they were last year and the year before. So that's good, because some kiddos have older siblings. They can use that. They can save some money. And those are required. You got to have the cap and gown if you're going to walk at graduation. So make sure you get those ordered. There's also a whole bunch of goodies that you can order. It's a lot, and your parents could spend a lot of money if they really want to spend a lot of money. There are some shirts and some necklaces, class rings, of course, and then like the mementos that your mom might want to hang your graduation announcement or your grad picture or your tassel. So you can get those packets again in the front office with Miss Weltons, take those home to your parents and have them take a look at it.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Hexter. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Gosh, no, I can't think of anything. Those are the important ones. Get ready for graduation. That's a big one.
All right, perfect. You can, don't forget to order your cap and gown and accessories on www.texashj.com. With CPHS News reporting for the Wolfcast, I'm Maddie Cooper. We'll be right back after this break.
Hello Cedar Park and happy Thursday. I'm Neha Khan and here's who's hiring now. First, Crumble Cookies is looking for team members. The bakery is hiring evening bakers. The starting pay is $11 an hour and Crumble Cookies is preferring people to work morning shifts. The bakery is looking for members who are friendly and able to communicate easily with customers. Workers can get discounts and a flexible work schedule and members don't need any prior experience. Next, KFC is also looking for team members. The restaurant chain is looking for workers who are able to work with various restaurant equipment and heavy objects. You have to be at least 15 years old and don't need to have any experience. Among the many perks, you can get employee discount and health insurance. Finally, the City of Cedar Park is looking for lifeguards. The job is seasonal, where lifeguards will work from May through August. Potential candidates must be at least 16 years old and should have the necessary licenses and certifications. Applicants must be able to communicate easily with the public and staff and help maintain the safety of the pool patrons. Those are all the businesses that are hiring now. With CPHS News, I'm Neha Khan. Now back to the desk.
Thank you, Neha. And that's it for today's Wolfcast. Thank you for joining us during your den.
You can catch anything you missed and more on our X, YouTube, or TikTok at CPHS News.
We'll see you tomorrow at the Winter Sports Pep Rally and back here on Monday with a look into the captains of PNG, the Scholarship of the Week, and your Monday Sports Report. With CPHS News, I'm Lulu Lynch.
I'm Reed Cummins.
And I'm Kira Cox. Remember to make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Have a triumphant Thursday, Cedar Park.